Hello everyone, this is a video for my channel Enslave the Rich. And well, in this little country of the Netherlands, we are witnessing 1984 scenarios people really don't want to know. You know, the USA is known for wiretapping people, but in the Netherlands it is much worse. As in the USA, on average, let's say the average number of people being wiretapped is 6 times higher in the Netherlands. And well, they are planning to put all our data, like our facial scans, our fingerprints, all those things will be registered on our RFID chip in our passport. And guess what? Children aged 6 already need to get such a passport and need to leave their fingerprints. You know, those kind of things really make me tired, make me resent my government. And well, you know, freedom of speech, well, they say in the Netherlands we are almost free to talk about anything. Well, let's say people do not have to try to deny the Holocaust because, first of all, well, they will not be taken seriously, and probably not by me either. Because, well, I've heard the stories from my grandpa, and I don't think my grandpa's in on the whole cover-up. Anyway, well, other things like criticizing our queen is also illegal. You can even get sentenced to jail for that. You know, our Dutch queen, the leader of the Bilderberg group. And well, what to think about the Bilderberg group? One person says, well, they are evil leaders plotting, well, let's say mass destruction. 80% of the population will die, and well, many bad things would happen, will happen. I can only hope they are wrong. But well, then we also have a big group of skeptics who say, well, it's all a big conspiracy. Well, when looking at the crisis nowadays, you really get to ask yourself, did they plan this? Did someone take a huge advantage of this situation? Well, to my feeling, yes, someone, or let's say a lot of people, are taking a lot of advantage from this situation. And well, what's there to do for us? We still have the internet for now. Well, they're still trying, pushing to regulate all the internet if it's possible, to make it impossible for blogs to link to news sites, and the world isn't getting much prettier, if you ask me. But well, some people tell me, well, you are really pushing it too much. You are, well, how to put this? You are trying to lift all the weight of the world on your shoulders. Well, I would say maybe people like me do have one good reason. Because we do, or we should have, a lot of generations to come. And if you look at the way, you know, the Western world is acting in this crisis, loads and loads and loads of money is being poured into a system which just seems to be one big black hole. But well, it's hard even for the people around me in my family to understand me sometimes. But well, let's try and talk a little bit less negative and talk about some other things I do besides YouTube, like playing soccer at my local soccer club. You know, soccer is one of the biggest sports here in the Netherlands, I would say in all of Europe. And well, I really like it too, but only, well, a lot of the old guys, I don't know what's wrong with them, but I guess they get too few sex in the weekend or something, because they are so utterly frustrated when going on soccer field on Sunday. My God, almost every game I could make the remark, we could better be in church instead of being here. My God, you know, players almost getting into fights with people who come to watch the game and things like that. It's just insane, especially on such an amateur level. But well, complain. I'm really good at complaining, you know. You should ask the people at work. Haha. Sometime, I would say last year, summer, I started saying, you know, there's a big crisis coming to Europe, there's a big crisis coming to the Netherlands. And, you know, the people at work said, you know, you are crazy. Yeah, well, look where we are now. You know, things really turned out much more worse than I ever thought they would turn out to be. And well, you know, some things, some certain eye-openers for me were people like Ron Paul. My God, you know, when looking television here in the Netherlands, we never saw Ron Paul. And we've never seen Ron Paul until now, as far as I know. But well, what can we do about it? I try to upload some YouTube videos sometimes to that Dutch news sites and, you know, show how Ron Paul is busy with, well, ending the Fed's HR 1207 and all those other things. Peter Schiff also, you know, the economic advisor of Ron Paul. But well, what is to come from this? Well, I would say who still believes the mainstream economic people? I certainly have a hard time doing that. Who, you know, when you hear people like Peter Schiff and Ron Paul nowadays, they're only predicting things to become worse and worse. So, well, yeah, well, we certainly have some major things ahead of us. You know, like Gerald Celente said before, if I'm right, this Christmas would be the last one of its kind. When you look at all the money being poured into the banks, and, you know, in the Netherlands they will raise interest rates on mortgages in the next few weeks with, I don't know, something like 0.2 or 0.3%. Maybe as a result from Moody's rating the Dutch banks from stable to negative. So, whoa. The FDIC in the US saying that they're expecting a lot of banks to fail, and man, these are just unbelievable times we are living in. And well, as I said before, one of the reasons for making all these videos, putting them online and leaving comments on YouTube and all those things, just in the hope that, well, we can get a few people to realize the major consequences for the coming generations. Because, well, I really fear for their freedom, for their financial freedom. But well, who am I? Just a lost soul on YouTube.